How we doing, everybody?
Hey, we are back.
Finally.
Yeah.
We're not going to bore you with, all the reasons and stuff that we said before. We want to talk about music because it's been so long.
We're always happy to talk about the music we all love.
So, this episode we'll tell you about what it's called here in a second. We wanted to grab you right out of the box with a song by Queensryche. Yes, this is Queensryche.
Yes.
And did a little Billy Idol remake in 2022. Why do I say 2022? Because this episode, we're going to call it episode 4. We might be just starting a new season right now for all we know. It's been so long. But this episode focuses on new music by bands we know and love that have come out in the last 5 years or so.
And we're sure that some of you people out there kind of gave up on these bands and thought they were only around in the 80s. No. There's a lot of great music coming out from these bands, and we're looking forward to some new releases upcoming. But this episode, we are going to give you some samples of some of the best stuff from bands you've known.
Yeah, and again, these are bands, for the most part, that have been around for decades at this point, that we love and and love, that you may have given up on after the first, second, third album, but whether you knew it or not, they continue to make music to this day.
And some of that music is some of their best stuff that they've ever released. So
no doubt.
Give it a listen.
No doubt. And I have to say as well, we're going to repeat some of the people that we have in previous episodes because, I'm trying to think of what some of the other topics were, best guitars, things like that, which you'll understand the first artist we're talking about right now. Yeah. So we are going to repeat some artists, but sorry, they're still making new music, and we're not going to pass them by for that reason.
Yep. Well, everybody's been watching what's been going on in the rock and roll world because this guy and the guitar player for the band Extreme, Nuno Betancourt, has been everywhere. He's performing with Youngblood. He performed at the Black Sabbath farewell tour. He's been doing everything. So you know him, you love him. Check out this song we're going to play for you, Rise.
This was the first single off of their album 6, which was released in, I think, 2023.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
To much ado over Nuno's guitar solo. Everybody's heads exploded over this guitar solo. And the funny thing about it was he talked about it in interviews, and I think I mentioned this in previous shows, but he had done some of the same techniques on the album 3 Sides to Every Story back in 1993. But a lot of people kind of didn't get that album or didn't know that album that well, but it's still a phenomenal solo and phenomenal song.
Not just this solo for this song. If you listen to the entire release, there's acoustic solos. There's such a diverse release. This episode covers some of the diversity of some of these bands, and this is one of the bands that got labeled as a ballad or softer band because of More Than Words. But man, this album goes out.
It's all over the
Dave
place.
will tell you that there's not one song that sounds like another. They're all pretty quite unique.
And that was their goal. And I mean, one of the things that when we get to this next song, and we'll just touch on it quickly, is that, Nuno, one of his dreams, he said after the fact, and I didn't even realize they did this until it was done, but they literally shot a video for every song on this album, and it was a dream of his because it's something Queen did back in the day as well.
Right.
So speaking of what Dink said about the diversity, this was kind of the antithesis of the song Rise, and it's a beautiful song, and it became one of my favorites instantly.
This is probably my favorite on the album, and probably one of my favorite songs that they do live. So check it out, Other Side of the Rainbow.
Gonna let it run a little bit.
Yep.
Great bass line too.
I was just thinking the same thing. such a great band live. We've seen them several times in the last few years, and they've, over the years, come up with such a great catalog of music from the past and present that they mix it all up, and you hear every song that you want to hear. So love them live.
Yep, and again, this is their latest album. They're actually working on a brand new one. Thank goodness. I'm so happy about that.
Absolutely.
But in between Porno Graffiti and this, there's three more albums.
Absolutely.
Now that's a long stretch of time for only 3 more albums, and they'll tell you that.
Yep.
But there's a lot of good music in between that as well, and that's the thing, man. A lot of these people, a lot of these bands never stop making music, but because the scene died and media told you to do this, or MTV stopped playing their videos and such back in the day, you kind of lost track. So here's your chance to get reacquainted.
That's right. And the next band that is in the same boat, they got labeled as a goofy hair metal band because of their song 17 and Beavis and Butthead tore them apart. But if you've listened, look at Dave's shirt. If you've listened to the music they've released over the past decade or two, actually since they ever started, amazing stuff. So Dave's going to start playing a song called Proud Desperado from the band Winger.
This was the newest album, 7. This is the official T-shirt from the that album.
Oh,
and this was the first single.
Absolutely.
Check it. Rod.
The city burns, there's no return, never saw it coming. The crimson skies, no blind to rise, took a stand with a gun in your hand. They sold you down and sold you out, never saw it coming. You're losing blood, face down in mud.
So good live too. When their recordings are very crisp and clean, but live, man, they bring it hard. Love them.
And I was going to say, Kip in interviews said he literally made sure his voice was in top form for this album, and he sang his ass off on this album.
Yeah, for sure.
And he did live as well, but he admits, like, now, I mean, we saw him many times during this time, and there were times he had a little bit of issues, but he covered it really well. And if you know more recent stuff, they're kind of slowing down / retiring here soon, and a lot of the guys are doing separate things. But that was one of the main reasons. He's like, I want to keep the quality as high as I can, and if I can't do it, I don't want to do it.
That's right.
And I give him credit. I would feel the same way.
But what we're lucky to have from the band Winger is all great musicians, but Reb Beach is a guitar god. I've grown to love him more and more as time goes on, because go ahead, you could start the next song, Stick the Knife In and Twist. Listen to how riffage, the riffage he puts out in this song is just
badass.
Yeah, exactly. I can't even think of the words. He's so become a great riffer.
And Dink kind of made me like listen to this song a little more when we were choosing songs for this episode, because I was kind of sticking with certain ones, and I tend to do that. But I agree with what he said. Check it out. Nice and heavy.
Yes.
And John Roth ain't too shabby either.
He's amazing. Yeah, so if this stuff came out back in the 80s and early 90s when this type of music was popular, these guys would be playing big venues, you know what I mean? So they are still putting out great music.
That's interesting, though, to think about that, because, they got popular on what they had for the first 2 albums, let's say, and if they would have came out of the box with some of this stuff, I just wondered which way they would have gone. I don't know. That's a tough call.
I know.
They would have still trashed them because they all looked good and stuff.
Yeah,
and
but
called them posers and this and that.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I think some of the heavier people that like heavier music would have appreciated them a lot more than they ever got credit for.
Right, but would they have lost like people that weren't as heavy?
Right, that's a tough question.
Anyway,
maybe we'll ask Kip someday.
Vinga, yeah, maybe we'll get him on the podcast. Which we will say, we've said it forever, but we do have some people kind of in the queue that you guys know and love that we're gonna try to start doing some interviews on that we've been a little nervous about. We're not going to lie, but we're going to do it.
We're going to do it. So the next band, just look at my shirt. One of my all-time favorite bands. You can't go wrong. And Dave will be the first to admit, not that we've taken sides with Queensryche, but the new version featuring singer Todd LaTorre has just rocked over the last 4 albums they put out. They've regained the Queensryche sound. They've regained the live performances that are more energetic, have a bigger catalog. So check out Queensryche with Todd LaTorre on vocals. This is one of their most recent release, and Dave and I love it. Have seen them live several times, and some of these songs, give it a listen. You'll think this is the old classic Queensryche.
Yeah, this is a tune called Realms from their DNA or Digital Noise Alliance album.
Yep.
And I'm embarrassed to say that you know this album much better than I do.
I do, because I like the entire Queensryche catalog, and this one excited me because it sounds like the original Queensryche.
And I agree with you.
Let's let this play for a little bit longer, because once it kicks in, it gets me going. Right here is where it goes.
Oh.
Right now, that should convince you that Todd is a perfect replacement for Jeff Tate. So,
and it's cool because there are times, and they're few and far between, that Todd's voice may emulate Jeff's, but he has a distinctive voice all his own, and that's why I love it.
He's strong. All right, we're going to play song number 2. It's called Lost in Sorrow. It's a little less rockin' than that one, more radio friendly, but it's another freaking great song by Queensryche.
Like the groove.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We think alike. We share our brain.
A little too much, Dink. A little too much.
You pray to justify your fatal truth.
It's kind of like this could fit into Operation Mindcrime, but it has a little bit more groove to it.
Yeah, or Empire.
Right.
That era.
Yeah, they're very true.
But again, these are all tunes, new albums, new songs that have been released in the last 5 years that, again, if you've not given a chance to, man, go on your streaming service.
Absolutely.
You know me, I'm all about hard copy.
Yep.
But these are all available to you to give you some fresh listening if you've never done it.
All right, so we're going to go on to another band that is all over the place right now in social media, because I'm sitting here and I'm trying to convince my partner here, Dave, to send in his audition for this band. It's Skid Row. They did release a great CD with Eric Gronwall on vocals. I loved it. Saw them live, and he was a great fit for the band live.
Perfect.
But Dave we'll see if he submit. How many of you have submitted your audition tapes? I've been on Facebook and YouTube, and there's a ton of people of all diverse cultures, and there's been some good ones, some bad ones, and I have a favorite. I'm not going to say his name right now unless Dave wants to.
Nah, we'll see. We'll ask people to tell us if they've submitted, and then we'll mention it somewhere.
And we'll see if it plays out, if I'm correct, of who they select. They may not select it. There may be other twists and turns around the road of finding a singer. But Dave's going to play you a song that we all loved. The gang's all here. This was with Eric Gronwall on vocals, but he actually had some health issues and could not continue.
Yeah, he left the band a little after. They did a tour, and I saw him live and just crushed. I mean, and he was the perfect fit, and honestly, I wish he was still with the band.
I do too.
But this is the title track off of the album that they got to record with him. But point about the contest is that I think is cool is there's no deadline. They're specifying. There's no deadline to this. We're not going to stop until we find the person that we think is the perfect fit.
That's right.
And I think that's very wise.
Yep.
Anyway, here's the title track. Dude his range is phenomenal.
Oh,
he can scream really well, just like Sab could.
Yep.
Can.
I'm burning down the city and I'm getting with the gang. Burning down the city 'cause I'm getting with the gang. Street fight, car crash, starting with a bang. Working up the money 'cause someone's getting busted. And tricky little Vicky was the
Sounds like the old Skid Row to me. Love it.
Looks like we're walking 'cause the car got jammed. Don't worry about it 'cause we got your back. He said, alright, the gang's all here, the gang's all here.
When I saw them at the M3 Festival, Eric, the lead singer, jumped off the stage into the audience and sang this song walking around the first few rows of the stage, or of the audience.
I
So
couldn't go to that one.
That was so good.
I know.
Yeah. So
But-
go ahead.
But I'm taking over here because this is my jam right here.
Right. That's what I was just gonna say. Here's one of Dave's favorite song.
When I was just watching some of the auditions, I stumbled back across a video. There's an official video for this, and I just think it's a great tune. I don't even know if I don't think it sounds like a Skid Row tune, but it's a great tune. I mean, I dig it.
It's got the attitude. So.
It does have the attitude.
Yep.
I will definitely give you that. It is called Time Bomb. Hey,
You do it.
when it's time, I will.
Right.
You gave it away.
Oh. That sounds like Skid Row right
Yes.
there for sure.
This does. I agree. And now that we're listening to it, I'll say more. But here we go. Tick, 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 tick. Tick, tick, tick. Tick, 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 tick. Tick, tick, tick.
Sitting in the dark, waiting for the start to start up something new. Running into worlds, holding every breath, despite of turning blue. No telling how much longer.
Sing it, Dink. Here we go.
This way. I'm a ticking time bomb. Tick, 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 boom.
I'm not gonna try that.
I'm a ticking time.
Anyway, you get the idea.
Yeah, so everybody should go give this a listen. Even if you go, oh, it's not Sebastian Bach on lead vocals. Pretend that it doesn't have to be Sebastian Bach. Just listen for the great vocals and the great music that they've created.
Yeah, you know
together.
why? Because it's not going to be.
No, it's not going to be. I don't know if I'd want him in any band. So at this point, but let's not cut on him. He may come back and
There may be some surprise reunion.
there
that we
might
don't know
be a
about.
miracle in the picture somewhere.
But yeah, that's. I mean, I wish that could be an audition song, but it's not one of them.
Maybe Sebastian will submit an audition tape to see
That
what he
would
does.
be interesting.
That would be great.
Anyway,
moving
on.
Our next band, Dave and I have loved this singer forever because his name is Paul Lane. He was a singer that replaced Ted Pulley in Danger Danger.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
He was a singer, songwriter, solo guy.
Yes.
That we loved before that.
That's very correct.
Go ahead.
But we've also loved Danger Danger for years. And when Ted Pulley left, we were heartbroken and going, there's no way they're going to be good again. Paul resurrected that band.
He did.
And then after that, he and Bruno from Danger Danger formed this band, the Defiance, and Dave will talk about the guitar player because I know Dave loves. Is it Rob? Is it Rob Marcello?
Yes.
And his brother is Key Marcello,
Who was in Europe
was in
for
Europe.
many
So-
albums.
So if you listen to the Defiance music, it's similar to Danger Danger, but I feel like the shredding on this recent release is the best out of the 3 Defiant releases. So
Yeah, I agree with you on that for sure.
So we're gonna play a couple good ones. This one had some good.
Was this the first single?
This one.
I thought there was one before
There
this.
was. I think the first one was "Go Big or Go Home."
Yes, you're right.
This was the one that was. I'm ready for warm weather to come back, and this kind of gets me in the mood for that.
I agree with you. I got to get my level right here. All right, check it out. It's called 19 Summertime.
Yep.
19 summertime.
Not sure I love the title, but I love the song.
Yeah, that's good point. The production on this is so top notch. We're gonna try to talk to Paul sometime soon.
I was just a young boy, easy call me.
I like the shaker.
Yep. You hear all the subtleties that other people might not hear.
Maybe.
Damn, rocking to the radio. Yeah. You were one in a million. I wasn't giving in till I took my
This to me is like Hollywood in Headlights version
Yep,
2.
Right.
And I love them both.
Yeah, and when we're playing these songs, there's bigger catalogs for you to check out. So the Defiance, that's who you need to go listen to.
Yeah, and it's not the word defiance, it's the defiance.
And so we're going to play another one. So when I get new music, I usually sample about a minute of each song before I listen to the whole song the whole way through. And the next song Dave's going to play for us is called Love Don't Live Here Anymore, or Love Don't Live Here. And yeah, I said it right.
You said it right.
And it was the first song that really grabbed me. I don't know if Dave agrees, but it's the one that is the one I go to every time I pull out this CD.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I won't say it grabbed me like I think like it did you, but I do like the tune.
Yep, good. Well, let's see what the viewers and listeners think about it.
Let's do that. Here it is.
I think it kind of reminds me of Boys of Summer.
I couldn't see it coming.
The intro reminded me of another tune. Can't think of which one.
And if it all meant nothing, what does it have to hit so hard?
And Paul Lane has been touring extensively in Canada with a legendary band called Trooper. So check them out on YouTube if you can.
And I'm ignorant to them. Are they in the same genre?
I don't even know.
Okay.
Great stuff.
Yeah, he knows how to write hooks, man. These are
He writes songs that make me feel good. I don't know about the rest of you, but I could put them on, turn the, put down the windows of my car and drive around and just feel good. You know?
Yep.
So make me happy song.
Even on songs like "You Cross My Heart"
Yep.
off the previous album. I mean, you know, it's a sad kind of dark tune, but it rocks.
Right.
And it's something I want to play loud and sing to. So I feel you there.
Well, speaking of rock, the next band we're going to play, I don't know if any of you, well, I'm sure some of you, the diehards.
For sure.
Black Swan is an offshoot of a couple legendary musicians, Reb Beach from Winger, totally some of his best guitar work ever, and Robin McCauley from McCauley Schenker Group, or he's been in other bands as well.
And solo stuff.
And Jeff Pilson from Dawkin is on, and Foreigner is on bass, and Matt Starr, who's in a lot of bands, is on drums. So that's a super group to me.
Including Ace Frehley. He drummed for Ace.
That's right.
And I want to take just a little second here. If you can see, we got Ace in the back.
Yep.
And we have the Gene Simmons "I love you" symbol, and that somebody got me as a gift.
Right.
I want to cut that thumb off or tuck it somehow. But anyway, we wanted to just say a little shout out because we haven't done an episode since Ace passed, and I mean, he was one of my first introductions to rock and roll, man, and he's one of the best and wrote some great songs, and we got a solo album because it is the best of the 4 solo albums.
It definitely
without
is.
a doubt.
Oh, for sure.
So a little shout out to Ace there for you.
Yep.
But anyway, speaking of, I just wanted to link that to the Black Swan thing.
Yep.
But you want to introduce the tune?
Well, this is called Long Way Down. We chose this because just listen to the opening riff. I mean, this is some of the crunchiest guitars riffage that Reb has put out on any recording. So love this song just for that. Give it a listen.
Did you invent the word riffage, by the way?
I think because I used to think that Reb was just a shredder that played as fast as he could.
Oh, no.
Now when you listen to his music, he's slowed it down, but he's become heavier and crunchier, and I call it riffage.
And if you ever watch like Kip and him in songwriting sessions, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Is the riff.
Yep.
Anyway, check it out. Long Way Down. It just does make you bang your head.
It does.
You better hang on to my every word. It's everything to carry on. Don't be afraid.
And Robin's not a spring chicken anymore, and as he gets older, I feel like his voice is getting stronger. So thumbs up to his performance on these CDs.
Yeah, and he always had the rasp and the range,
Yeah.
but I think the rasp has increased, which I would kind of expect as
right.
you get older. But I dig it.
Me
I've
too.
always loved his voice.
Yep.
Little chorus.
And Dave's going to play one more called Wicked the Day. Listen to this riff. I mean, seriously, this CD is just totally chunky music. Yep, that was a great one. But Wicked the Day is also a really good, crunchy song with Reb standout. Matt Starr on drums is great. Jeff Pilson on bass adds the background vocals too. So check this out.
Again, the groove.
Yep.
I think that's another thing that Reb doesn't get credit for is the groove.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of groove.
Lonely is the road I'm on.
Great vocal.
Heavy is the load, the journey's just begun. I will walk into the dawn till I see your face, until the work is done. Somewhere in the distance lie the consequences of the past, and those who show resistance lose the thirst. So fast from the word, the final stand, wicked the day.
And for those of you that are in bands, drummer Matt Starr offers his service to do studio sessions with bands that can contact him. So if you have a song and you need a drummer to do some recording for you, he is the man. Call Matt or contact Matt Starr.
He's
Go-
pretty.
Yeah, go ahead. I just say go on his Facebook page and you'll figure out how to contact him.
He's pretty cool too. He does a lot of kind of motivational talks on
Yeah.
being a musician and such.
Yep.
So check him out sometime.
All right, so the next band, Dave knows that this is probably one of my all-time favorite bands. They don't have, I think they have 3 official releases. Their debut is one that I will never forget. It's the best, Heaven's Edge. And just when I thought that they couldn't do better, they came out, and after being on a hiatus for many, many years, they came back with a new release. And the first song that came out is a song called What Could Have Been. Unbelievable. This is a song that grabs me every time I hear it. So Dave's going to play it for you. This is the band that gets me all excited.
Was this the first single off of this album?
No, the first one was a heavy song that they came out and wanted to show people that they still rocked. This one rocks, but it's more, I can't say ballady. It's a slower pace, but
Gotcha.
it's an emotional song that just gets me every time.
And backing up for 1 second, is the Black Swan, these 2 tunes are off the first one, right?
No, that was off the second one.
Okay.
The first one was great, and then the third one is about to be released.
Right,
so
I was just going to say they're coming out with a new one.
We're lucky to have that coming out.
Anyway, newer Heaven's Edge.
Yep.
They're actually working on a new one too.
They are. They're in the studio right now. We're finishing up recording, so we're excited for that a little bit later in the year.
Here we go. What could have been? That's our boy Reggie.
Reggie, and this is one of those ones that I'm usually not a lyric person, but the lyrics get me on this one. So the whole band's amazing.
I do dig this tune.
This is one of those songs that I can hear Mark Evans singing, and I almost know what he's feeling in the moment.
Right here, right now is where I wanna be. Don't wanna live my life in dreams and distant memories. The promise is here right now. Up and down that road and back again. The story needs time to grow. You can't read the last page to see just how it ends. Can you take me just a little bit higher and show me what could have been? Can you tell me was it
Love it. See why I'm smiling? But listen to the next song. We have another one that they put out. It's called When the Lights Go Down. Another slower paced song, but still memorable, unforgettable. I saw them do this live at the M3 Rock Festival, and I could still picture what I heard. So Dave's going to play that When the Lights Go Down.
I remember too, before we get to that tune, I saw them years
Yes.
before you at M3.
Yes.
And loved them, number one. But when I got to, my wonderful wife had gotten me VIP tickets, so I got to meet all the bands
Yep.
like backstage and stuff. And they were doing a signing at a table, and I walked up to Mark and looked him in the eyes. I'm like, dude, have you aged 1 second
Right.
since I've last saw you on MTV and such?
Yep.
And he appreciated the compliment.
Yep. Reggie plays guitar with such feeling. Just listen to the way he plays on this tune. And his partner Steve Perry on rhythm guitar.
His name is Steve Perry?
P-A-R-R-Y.
Oh, okay.
Tell me your story and I'll tell you mine. I've seen better days, but I'll be fine. One more last goodbye. When will the memories make her smile again? She said I could just tell you what you wanna hear. But time's not letting go of all the wasted years. Dreams hide in empty bottles. Sad stories fill the novels like before.
Great lyrics.
This reminds me
Standing up just to
of another song from Warrant's latest album it's been out for quite a while now. Not with Janie.
So what do you think, Dave? You agree that Heaven's Edge is a kick-ass band?
Dude, I dug them from day one.
I know. I just, it's one of those bands that's on the top of my list. So I got to meet him at M3. Dave met Mark. I met Mark and Reggie and Steve. So just memories that I'll never forget.
And Reggie has graciously agreed to do the show with us at some point.
Yep.
And it's been our delay in getting to make that happen, but we are going to make that happen.
Yes. So that really covers the first episode of releases since 2020. We just wanted to make sure that you people out there are aware that there is still great music being produced and put out by these bands. Support them. It only helps the touring situation better. When they have more fans, more sales, they're going to come to your town.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the key thing about all this stuff, as we've said a billion times, is, going to see them live, buying their products, supporting physical products.
Yes, right.
Please do.
Right.
I mean, that's just so important. And, speaking from experience, like with my band Nomad over the years, we've released five releases, always had something new, T-shirts, all that stuff. That is so important to a band's survival these days, that isn't on a major label or isn't on a label that's necessarily supporting them financially, which that really doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
So give it a chance, give them a chance, give them a listen. Even if you're listening to it on streaming, okay, you could listen to it 1,000,000 times and make them, a couple bucks. But you could also say, okay, I really like this. I'm going to support them and order vinyl or CD or whatever that they release. So please do that.
And go to the live shows when they come anywhere near your town. Buy the merch. You see I'm wearing Queensryche, Dave's wearing Winger. We have done our part in the efforts to help these bands survive.
And we'll continue.
And we'll always continue. We're never going to not continue. I thought you were giving me...
I'll give you a fist bump, but I'm showing you my warrant, showing you my Rick Springfield, if I can get it on the screen.
We have so much stuff over the
years. I got Prince. I got all kind of stuff going on here.
Yeah, so as we leave you, we're going to see you again soon. We're going to leave you with a new song from the band Striper. And before we start the music, or you could play the music and I could talk over it, but I just saw something amazing on Facebook. So there's been some bad blood between bassist Tim Gaines and Michael Sweet. And Michael Sweet, the lead singer and guitarist for Striper, just released a solo release. And he released a song, or put out a song called Lord. And the former bassist Timothy Gaines heard the song and he said, that song got me. He said, I have, moved on from the past. This song has got me over that hump of having bitterness towards the band. I want to be friends in the future. And what the message that Michael Sweet conveyed in this song made me feel that we are all on the same page and looking forward to moving on in life and being friends possibly down the road and mending any wounds we've had.
Yeah, I did think that was very big of him. Yeah. And they had some really bad blood.
Yes.
So it's kind of cool that
right.
happened. And maybe that'll, see what happens in the future.
Right.
So we're going to send you out on this tune. It's called Love Symphony. Again, another new release within the last 5 years. Again, we have another probably double the amount of songs we could have continued. We'll do it in another episode.
Yep.
But for now, we're going to get it started, and we want to say take care. Thanks, everybody, for listening and watching. We have more to come, and we're so happy to be back. It's just been one thing after another that's been prohibiting us from getting together and doing these, and we really do like getting together live to do them in person as compared to separately, and that's what held us back. So, again, take care, everybody.
We'll see you soon.
Peace.
Later.
Later.